Alright, we are back. Dr. Professor Cheeseburger once more. Soul was freed of the mist last video. We were honest people and put 3000 G in the honest person travel box. Got a few items out of it. Not really worth 3000, but it's also for something later. We'll get to that though. For now, we are headed up to Buma. Apparently, there's a Genesis tree there. And that Genesis tree is... well, I don't know. I'm sure there's something going on there. I mean, look at the last several. You know, there's always something at the Genesis tree. When the first two were fine, the third one was dead, the fourth one, Songai was hiding at. The fifth one, in Jeremiah, we had some big ol' Seru monster there, Berserker. The next one was at the top of Mount Latona in Retayu, and that one, Songa had paid a visit to. He had put up a shield and we had to defeat him in order to get it to disappear. And then, the next one, the last one we just did, was somehow changed back into a seedling, and we had to use not only a lot of Raseru power, but we also had to use an old man. Yep. In case you missed it, Gaza became the Genesis tree. Gaza was a man who did not want anything more in life than to live and kill Seru. That's all he wanted. Because of his vow. Well, he felt he failed in his vow, and after that he was just like, alright, cool. You know what? I failed. Go ahead and make me part of the Genesis tree. Okay. So we did. And then we left with a password. And now we've got to find the password, or find out where that password is used. So, we've got a little bit of a ways to go. But first we gotta get to Buma and figure out about this Genesis tree. See what fun and exciting things are waiting for us there. Look at Tara right there. She has little wings and also kind of looks like a blob. Eventually Tara gets pretty big and I think ends up looking pretty good at her max level. Because her max level is 9. Whereas Vaughn's is 10. Hey, some queen bees. Which reminds me, we have a little secret fight we need to go take care of at some point. But, unless I already did. I don't remember. Oh man, you can really see meta right there. Yeah, there's the spikes of Ozma. Ozma's doing good. Really want to get a good close-up view of meta, but eventually we will. Ozma really is the easiest one to see because Ozma is just so huge. You can kind of see it there. Meta. Got those big old spikes now. So close to 9 attacks. Now, once we get to 9, we can start trying to learn the miracle arts. But I think you need to know most if not all, your other arts first. You at least need to learn the arts used in the Miracle Art. The Miracle Art is the really powerful one that's takes 99 AP and is really, really powerful. Although, I tend not to use Vaughn or Gala's that much. It's hers. It's Noah that's the one I use. Yeah. When Noah's... Oh man, you could kind of see it there, like meta for a second. Just for a second. But, you know, if you want, scrub back through and pause it. There it is. There's Buma. Can we get to it? Oh, the floating castle's right there too. We're coming for you, floating castle. Or I guess I should say Zora. Oh. Seems like it's a little cold here. How do you know this is Buma? Oh, look at those trees. Oh my gosh, it's Cara again. Yeah, I'm gonna say Cara. Huh. Learning a little bit more about her, huh? There were 3 of them. I know that was a very delayed reaction, but you know, there was Cara there. So yeah, there are 3 Genesis trees. Yeah, they're frozen solid. Wonder if we can revive them. Might as well try. How come this town gets 3? Why didn't they put one, like, another one in the Sebicus Islands and maybe one somewhere else? Oh. It didn't seem like it worked. Dude, we've got like 2 more. What? I mean, let's just keep trying. Right? It is, but good point, Gal. I guess we're just gonna take them, huh? Oh. It's a bit of a surprise. She does have one, so maybe... I guess we'll find out at some point. Yeah, we just gotta find a way to revive, or to warm it up. You sure do talk big, Gala. Alright, well, there was something else over here, so let's go check it out, since I guess we're not getting in there. Of course, we've got our fair share of fights to go with first. So, this is a unique problem. We've dealt with monsters before, but we've never dealt with the Genesis tree is just frozen solid. So, we'll figure this out though. There's some cool stuff coming up. Actually, in this, I think, for the next little while, other than these fights right here, we're not going to really have much. There's a lot going on, but I think we're going to hit some lore for a while. Which is good, because we're getting to a point that a lot is going on here, and we don't really understand a lot of things. That's okay. These games, they take time. You can't just learn the world in 5 minutes in these kinds of games. You know, it just, I mean, for 10 years, I mean, look what happened with Vaughn. Vaughn was 4 years old, because he's 14 in this. He was 4 years old when the Mist took over. And I doubt he and his family really ever left Realm. Makes you wonder, though, about that wall. That's one thing I need to look up. Is, did they build that massive of a wall after the Mist was already forming? Like, did they run away to form it? Or, I don't know. It's a really big wall to build in a short amount of time because of the Mist. Also, I would like to point out that, you know, we saw Zora in the last video talking to the Delilas family about some Seru named Koru, I think. And we see her ordering them to go take care of it. And Seru, you know, had Juggernaut attack Realm, and Snowdrift Cave, and Byron Monastery. He was very active. You know, he built his dungeon, and then he did things. Zora, we see now, she's actively doing some things. You know who we didn't see do much of anything? Dohati, the Mist henchman from the Sebicus Islands. What was he doing? I have a theory. We'll get to that theory in a good ways away. Oh, that grid can't attack anybody because he's under Noah's spell. I think that's a spell that's like underappreciated, is tough love. You know, being able to charm your enemies to attack. If you're facing 3 enemies, you just hit the most powerful one with tough love, and you know, she does a little bit of damage, and then you're like, okay, cool. And then once the other enemies are taken care of, oh, okay, we can all power up. He won't attack. And then once we're all full on AP, just go ham on him. I mean, I don't think it works on boss. I've also Never tried. Yeah, this is my least favorite terraform because Terra just looked, like I said, like a blob. No detail to her, really. And also Songai. What's his deal right now? Hey, look, there's the tower we saw in the distance. Like when the Genesis tree was revived, we saw this tower. So, let's figure out about that tower. But first, of course, we got some monster butt to kick. Yeah. Hopefully one of these guys decides to use Divide, because that's just a good amount of extra experience in G. And with how much weapons and armor is getting now, yeah, we need it. In case anybody's curious, you might hear some sounds from around me. Currently, I'm at a hotel in Atlanta, working a show in Atlanta. I won't really go into any details about the show, but it's, we set up a small LED wall and a bunch of little breakout rooms in a hotel, and then a building across the street from that hotel. Just TVs, speakers, some lights. It's one of the smallest kind of shows I've done, even though I know it's a lot of rooms. It's like, I think it's maybe 8 or 9 different rooms with TVs or speakers or lights, and one with an LED wall. So I know it seems like a lot, but this is actually, for me, a really small show, considering this year I was a part of a show that did LED and cameras, lights, and everything like that, and truss up in the air like you would see at a concert, but in a stadium. Not like like a Mercedes-Benz or something like that, or Neyland Stadium or something outdoor like that, but like, it was in Indianapolis, and it was massive. It was the biggest show I've ever been a part of. Sorry, I gotta see if there's anything out here. I don't think there is, though. So, yeah, there's nothing out here. So comparatively, this thing is cake. Guess we found Dr. Usha. Well, here we go. Do I remember it? Triangle, circle, square? Yep. Yeah, we got it. Alright, guess we're gonna get in an elevator. It's not very high. To get out of the mist, it's really not that high. Well, don't count your chickens before They hatch, I'm not here. I'm not done yet. Well, yeah, your first customers in 10 years, really. Bad Luck Bell sounds like a good idea. If you need it, the Bronze Book, maybe. But we definitely need some Phoenixes. Nobody. Well, yes. Of course. Sometimes you need a good night's sleep. Oh my gosh, this scene. All right. Who responding is Vaughn or the guy? This makes it worse. Oh my gosh, that was incredible. Little things that they add to games like this, they're just really funny if you know where to look. And since there's a save point, we might as well save, especially after something like that. Alright, oh, a chest. Alright, where's this doctor? It's probably that guy that looks different. Hate it. Not very many people that like it. He's sure knowledgeable. Yep. History of Octam. Yep. Yep. Yeah. And they condensed it down like that. A lot really did happen so far. I mean, Gal is 18, Vaughn is 14, Noah is 12. And they've been through a lot. Hopefully. There's multiples in there too, actually. Navora Ravine. Koru. Alright, well, that's what Koru has been talking about, so I guess that means once we go there, I guess we'll see the Delilas family. Because they kept saying Koru. TimeSpace Bomb. Alright. An ancient book about bombs. Amazing. Yep. Okay. Guess we're gonna go do some dreaming. He's right. Nothing but riddles. All right. I think a lot of people here will offer you like little snippets of information, but nothing like necessary, and I don't think there's anybody that's going to give you anything except for Mrs. Usha. Yep. I don't even know you. We just spoke to you like once. Quiz time. Uru Swiss. Next question. What you got? We're gonna go dream. We don't even know who the leader is, but we're gonna go overthrow him too. Swimsuits for adults? Really? Oh, if it weren't for the fact that I really want whatever she's gonna give me. That's a tricky one if you're not paying attention. Because all of those are real answers. It's just like, which one? Oh yeah, we've got to go to the ravine. Nope, wrong answer. You got to go here first. But hey, we got some good items out of it. So let's head on over to Uru Mais. Uru Mais. I don't know how to say it. In my head, it sounds different than how I say, oh, that castle, we're going to get it soon. Not really soon, but we're going for it. It's going to happen. But first, we got to wake up some Genesis trees, which means first, we got to go defeat Koru. But to do that, we need some TimeSpace Bombs. And to get that, we need the Fire Droplets. And to get that, we need to dream dreams. So, we've got our immediate task of reviving the trees. Long term, we'll need to figure out a way to get up to the floating castle. Because it's floating. We can't really just fly. But that sounds like a problem for us after the Genesis trees are revived. In order to do that, we need to beat these guys up. I do like that battlefields have the mist going around it until the mist is gone or there's no mist there. And then it's the same thing just without the mist. I just think that's a nice little detail. I wonder what a remake of this game would look like. Like if they up the graphics, I don't know what they would do with the battle system, if they would keep it turn-based. Or if they would try to do the thing that they've been doing, like with, no, they couldn't do that with like what they did with Star Ocean, where they would keep a lot of the character models the same, just upgrade the backgrounds and stuff. But I do think that this would be a good candidate for a remake, if they could figure out this, the battle system. If they could figure out a way to modernize that, but still keep it like this, I think they could pull it off. All right, there it is. Uru Mais. And here's a fight. It's like the only two enemies we really see is those acid slimes and the Groods. But you've never heard of anything even remotely being asked or said about this. Oh, hey, Divide. Like, as far as a remake goes for this game, there are so many of these older games that a lot of people would be like, if they kept everything the same, just updated the graphics. But I don't know. Maybe. Or added the content that a lot of these companies had to cut. Hey. Because, you know, a lot of these games were rushed in production, like I've said. So I'm just like, was there cut content in this game? Or did they, you know, spend a lot of time here, and then the overworld, they, like the non-battle world, they were just like, well, as long as you can vaguely tell what they are, that they're humans, you know? Yeah. Darn it. Brother, you ain't gonna get to use that anything with that. Probably. Unless you, like, block everything or something like that. Got him. I know she's not going to attack this turn, but she needs the AP back. There's a lot coming up here in the story. Like, we're going to get a lot of information about a lot of things. It's going to be... I'm not even going to tell you what it's going to be, but I will tell you it's going to be a lot of information. We got a lot to learn about a lot of things, and I will do my best to explain it, because some parts might be confusing without more of the story, or some of it might just be needing to connect parts of the game that we haven't explained, or that have been explained but they haven't been connected yet. So I think we're going to go ahead and end it here, because there's a lot going on in the next part. So thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time.